Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Okay, we're just going to begin today's episode. Well, first of all, welcome to Kill Me Now. With Judy Gold, I'm the host, creator. I do everything. Also, is here. So, and he does nothing. So listen, guys. So you know the whole Patrick story, where Patrick is now not our producer because he was very unhappy about some things we said about him in jest during which episode was this?
It was Michelle Ballin.
Okay, Michelle Ballin.
Yes.
And it was, harmless. I'm talking like my mother now. She's dead. Okay, it was harmless banter. And so, and so Seth was here. So now Seth's the producer. Seth sucks. Okay, this is what I have to say right now. It's 10:56 right now. I'm saying first. We were supposed to do 10 o'clock. Then he writes me, can we do 10:30? And then that was the tone in the text. And then I get here on time. I've been really trying to be on time. And it's now, one second. Yeah. What the fuck?
I'm going to cut this all out of the show. You're hurting my feelings.
Whatever. Okay, I just want to start with Kill Me Now. You can't hear yourself?
I don't think, no.
You got to.
Here you can
Seth.
turn up your headphones.
That's our guest.
Right
I'm really excited.
There it is. Okay.
That's my guest, and she has a cool voice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, I'll introduce my guest, and then I'm going to tell you all the fucking shitty things that happened to me yesterday. I don't know how to introduce her. There's just too much. It's like fucking annoying. You're annoying. She's annoying. Thanks. 2 one-person shows, like critically acclaimed all over the fucking world. Annoying.
This is great.
2 books, Dark Horror and Machu My Picchu. Like TV up the fucking wazoo. Okay.
Yeah.
From Friends to Curb to. Is it the Kevin can't with the Queens?
King of Queens.
King of
right.
Queens.
There's another one. Kevin can't.
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin can get another show.
Right.
I think that's what it's
that
called.
he can. Yes.
Kevin needs more television shows. I think that's the name of it.
So you're replacing Kevin Spacey. That was
fascinating life.
World traveled.
I just said she went all over the world. I just said that.
With the
show.
You did.
Okay,
You did.
in Life
You did.
too.
You
In
did.
Life too went all over the world.
You did.
Annoying.
I'm sorry.
Also, this episode will have a lot of this going on. Just letting you know. I don't know how, ladies and gentlemen. Is it Iris?
It's Iris, if you really want to go like hardcore.
Iris
yeah.
Bahr! Yay! Iris Bahr!
Thank you.
Iris Bahr!
Thank you.
Iris Bahr!
Very
Now
cool.
listen, Iris, listen, you might, most of you will probably recognize she has a quote unquote recurring on Curb as the Orthodox Jew.
Rachel Heineman.
Yes. And Iris was in the
Is that also an Israeli bell, or is it just the Jew bell?
It's just Jew. Anything Jew.
Okay.
Jewy.
Okay.
Iris was that ski lift thing is fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
Okay.
I make a tiny cameo in the new season. Why am I talking
You're
so
a
quietly?
Jew
Yeah, this is
because
like-
I'm so loud. Because I'm so fucking loud. Anyway, so before we begin, I haven't had a chance to vent. And, yesterday, did you ever have one of those days where it's like, just cut the fucking shit? Like, I fucking woke up. Everything doesn't have to be shit-y. You know what I mean? Okay. So, what are you on your phone for?
I'm going Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, why don't you do Facebook Live, Hennessy?
I look like
Yes,
ass
boss.
this morning. I wasn't prepared, but that's okay.
Look at me. Look at me.
I'm sorry.
I put
Is
on
it
my
low res
this
at
is-
least? Is it
Let
low
me
res?
tell you
no,
something.
Do it. I don't care.
This
I'm not
is-
vain.
I wore my brown glasses. That means I got dressed up. Okay, so yesterday
I'm wearing slacks.
I
only
love
won
the
one
word
pair of
slacks.
slacks.
I
I'm
love
wearing
the word
slacks.
slacks.
Oh, you both look great.
I always look like a
Okay.
homeless person. I was going to come in sweatpants, but maybe I had.
No,
I
that's
did-
good.
Well,
Yeah,
I did.
like-
I roam the streets in sweatpants.
So do my sons, and they all
Not
do
attractive.
that.
I know.
All right. So yesterday, I don't know, like I'm trying to, I meditate. I try to be like positive, not put this shit out in the universe because what you put out. Shut up, Seth. It's giving me. In my head, I try to be like that. Okay. So yesterday, I teach my class. Then I go home. I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym. And then I had parent-teacher conferences. Okay? Conference. So I've done everything right. I went to the gym. I came home, take a shower. I'm going to be on time. Okay? I go to get my keys. I have a lot of keys on my keychain. It falls onto my knuckle. So now look at my knuckles all bruised.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Then I wanted to wear my brown glasses. I wore my blue glasses. Okay. So that was like, oh, fuck, you forgot to change your glasses. Okay. Then I said, oh, I'll try this new way to get to Ben's school, which is on 44th between 10th and 11th. Okay. I was like, oh, I'll take I usually just go to 42nd on the 2-3 and then I walk or
Right.
whatever.
You didn't take the crosstown bus, did you?
Sometimes I do, but it's like a little annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, oh, I'll just get off at 59th Street and take the A, which ends up at 8th Avenue, which is one block, one avenue over. I get on, I don't even know I guess I didn't see that it wasn't the A train. I ended up at fucking Rockefeller Center, which is like 80 million fucking, then I had to get in a cab. I'm trying to save money. Then I get there. I don't know what floor the fucking room is on, and I'm texting my ex, and I'm like, what floor? What floor? I'm like being such an asshole, like a 2-year-old. What floor? What room? What room? What room? What room? I was just it's like, and then, I bumped into so many people yesterday because they're looking at their fucking phones. I can't fucking take it anymore. And I'm walking up the stairs to the fucking subway. It's like, don't look at your fucking phone when I'm fucking trying to get somewhere, you fucking asshole. Like, look up and go, you fuck. Okay. That's it.
That is a kill me now moment.
I just can't take it. I bumped into so many people because no one ever pays attention when
I
they
usually
walk.
try and bump into those people. But then I
Like on
regret,
purpose?
Just,
Check
well, just
them.
because I wait to the last minute and they're like, oh God, there's a human.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Sorry.
But it's
microphone.
like, it's so
Yeah.
annoying.
No, it is annoying. I've had an annoying month too. Like I've found when you fight with one person, it seems like you end up fighting with 90
Right,
other
what
people.
is that?
And then it's your energy that you're
Right,
giving out.
yeah.
And I masturbate and my vibrator's already
Right.
like fizzled out. Like I'm trying
Right.
to do everything
You gotta
to
get a
relax.
new one.
I did, and that one also went kaput. I used
Do you
to,
have the do you charge it or do
no,
you don't?
no, I
You
don't.
do the battery one or
I
the
do the
plug-in?
battery. I do the battery. I had the rabbit and the ears burnt off. They literally turned brown and they fizzled off, and then I got like a rocket.
Well, now
and,
I know what you like.
Yeah, exactly.
Rabbit ears.
Have you ever had a lesbo relationship? Or
No, I haven't.
Or
There was a
experience?
moment back in college. We were doing the Bacchae.
Do we have music for this? For her lesbian
the Bacchae.
experience? No.
We were doing the
Okay.
Bacchae, and the director was all like, let's get sensual and let's do body paint. It was all
Right.
experimental. And one of the actresses, I was like, oh, maybe I could explore. It was the one time I was
Right.
like, I may
Right.
be attracted. Maybe I can do this. And then we went back to my dorm room, and there was tension, and then nothing happened. Yeah. And I don't know what would happen. You know what I mean? If suddenly...
Isn't that all female relationships?
Is it though? I don't know. But it was, but I was like, oh, it was the only moment where I was like, oh, okay. But then
Right.
nothing
No,
happened.
so because you're not gay
Yeah.
or bi.
Right.
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 I find you fascinating on many levels. Iris. I also have an Israeli brother-in-law
Oh.
who I can't really say anything, or my sister will never talk to. Well, we barely talk now because of the Trump factor.
Okay. Oh, the
He's
supporters.
a
Okay.
big.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you were born in the Bronx in New York,
I was born in Manhattan.
Manhattan,
Yes.
and then you grew up in the Bronx.
Yes.
Batmizva'd in the Bronx.
Bat
Went
mit-
to an Orthodox. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
My God. I'm horrible. You got Mitzvah in the and you went to an Orthodox school, like even though your family was not.
Yeah, it was an odd choice. And now I put my son in a somewhat Jewish school.
Yes,
Heschel and Heschel. And
wait, I got to tell you my Heschel story.
Oh, please.
Heschel is a Jewish school here in Manhattan. Okay, and it's really
a great school.
So when Henry, who was born in 1996, was when we were looking for, well, he's Jewish.
Okay.
So,
there's a Jewish year. I don't know, the year of the Jew.
Yeah, that was
the
the year of
Chinese
the Jew.
celebrate as the year of the Jew. Okay.
And so he we were looking for schools for him.
Right.
And so he was as after daycare. So I guess it's probably late 90s. Okay. So we're going to go 99.
Let's do that.
Let's do 99. Should we do 99? We go on the tour of the schools, and we go to Heschel because we're Jews, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's such a great school! Such a great school! It's so great, and they're so open." You know, like when you tell a gay person how open and how they love everyone, you know, it's like no, they don't. It's like when all the straight people, went to see Rent in the 90s, and we're like, "Oh my God, I know how you guys feel. I know how you feel." So we go and we go on the tour, and the principal, whatever, we said, "Do you have any other families with two moms or two dads?" And she said, "We don't."
But we're working on it?
No, she didn't even say that. No, we don't. And if you feel comfortable enough to be here, you're welcome to apply. Something like so... And we ripped up the application.
Oh, wow. Well, they've changed.
They've evolved?
Yeah, they've evolved.
Is it the same principal?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
It's like, fuck you. And it's like, you know what? Go fuck yourself.
Well, I had a woman, I was going to apply to another Jewish school, which will remain nameless. And the woman said, they might judge you because you're a single mom. I go,
no
what?
way.
I was like, what does that even mean? Like, why? I don't understand. Do people not even get different? Like, it was just an odd thing to say. So I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Good. You fucking asshole.
Yeah, no, it was weird. I didn't even go there. She goes, maybe. She goes, maybe it's my own issues because she converted. So maybe, I don't know.
How about how the converts are like so overly Jewy?
Well, yeah, because I mean, like anything, they
really
do get into it. Yeah, they chose it. They're like, we want to be part of it.
They are really the chosen.
Tribe. Yeah, they are.
I'm so funny today. Yeah. So, your father was a banker.
Yes.
Your mother was a university registrar.
Well, no, only once we moved back to Israel. My parents had a messy...
I didn't get to Israel yet. Israel. So but you had like a Jewy normal childhood.
No,
Did
I had
your
a
parents
horrible,
fight all the
completely
time?
dysfunctional childhood. Yeah. And I led a double life. Well, they fought and their divorce went on for like 96 years. But also I had a double life because they were Israeli and secular and eating pork on,
And you're going to Jewy Jewman school.
Yeah. And I was like, oh.
Did you ever have kids over to your house? Like,
yeah, and one time they all had to leave on my birthday because we served the pizza on our plates. And apparently we didn't have kosher plates. And so one kid said, we were like in fourth grade.
Can I just tell you something?
And they called the rabbi, and then they all had to leave, and I was crying. It was it was that. It was like Bell on crack. Yeah, I mean,
can't even.
It was tough.
It's like that episode
where the milchik plates, exactly. But that's God brought me, put me through that so I could get on Curb. 20 years later and be knowledgeable.
Well, I have a whole bit in my act about my mother with the kosher.
Is she kosher? Was she kosher?
Well, she was kosher. My mother was born in 1922, and she grew up on Upper West Side, and she voluntarily. I have to do this just to get the story out. Okay, I'm just doing them all. She voluntarily sat in the boys' Hebrew school class every day after school because girls didn't go to Hebrew school because they didn't get bar mitzvah.
Oh, wow.
And she was super Jew. But she loved it. Like, that was what was... But we did do the whole, burying the fucking...
Oh, did you really? Okay.
Oh, my God. But she used to put them in the house plants.
Right.
You bury the plates. If you use the milk spoon for ice... I have a whole thing in my act about it. Milk spoon for ice cream. I mean, the meat spoon for ice cream.
Right.
Then you have to bury it. But she used to put them in the house plants.
So it's more like art.
Right. So, because it was, it's cold out, it's snowing, we'll put them in the,
Whack. Okay.
Anyway, but my kitchen is kosher.
Oh, okay.
But it's not really because I cheat all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm so used to having milk plates, and it's like how I grew up. It's like a mental thing.
Yeah, well, I don't do pork or shellfish.
Yeah. I do.
Oh, I used to.
I just started.
I used to, and I stopped. So I guess
Why
we kind
did
of
you
cycled.
stop?
Well, it's the pork. I just was like, it felt like I was crossing some.
Right.
That was like the big, like I'm supporting the Nazis if I eat pork. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
all these
it's
Jews
so
that perished.
yeah.
It's like, okay, this is really taking a shit on our people.
Right.
But the shellfish, it was a weird. I had one time in my life I had a vision, like I was that my dad was going to come down with a mysterious illness, and they wouldn't know if he was going to make it. And 2 days later, I got a call from the hospital that he came down. And he's like,
No way!
Yeah, it was the one time in my life this crazy shit.
What?
I was living in Israel, and I had this vision. I'm like, I'm going to have to fly back to New York. I'm going to get a call from the hospital. It was really, really fucked
Right.
up. So I came back, and he was out. They didn't know what was wrong with him. Turned out he had Legionnaire's disease. They found that.
What?
Yeah, but for like weeks he was in the ICU. And I started praying. I hadn't prayed in years because this is what
Right.
happens when you're,
Right.
And I had really loved oysters to that point. It was oysters and chocolate.
That's not a Bell thing. Yeah. go
And
ahead.
I said, God, if my dad gets better, I will quit shellfish. And he got better, and then I didn't have, except when my dad got better, the first day he actually could eat out, we had shrimp and shellfish. But after that,
right. Then it was like,
then
all right, I
stopped.
just
Now
have
we
to
can-
do this right now.
I had to get out of the system, and then I've abstained.
Wow.
And I miss it.
You do?
I do.
Like,
I
what do
miss
you
it.
think's going to happen if you do it? Like, that's the problem.
It's more-
like
yeah,
we're
I know.
so fucking. It's like so much bigger than us. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I can't.
I don't think it's ever been fear based for me. It's just a
Right.
decision I made.
Right.
I'm terrible with resolutions. Like
Right.
I don't work out. I don't.
Right.
I don't do any of that. I'm
Right.
terrible. I'm like I'm gonna eat healthy today in that last 3 minutes,
Right.
maybe 3 seconds. So
Right.
this is the one thing. I'm like, oh, you do have a spine. Like
Right.
you're not an animal. Well,
Right.
we are, but I can contain myself and
But
not have an
isn't
oyster.
that what Yom Kippur is all about? When you do not eat and you realize that you
Yeah.
don't need these outside the.
These decadents. Yeah,
the decadents. You do not.
A lot of the guttural.
Yeah.
Thank you. Clear it out.
Yeah,
clear it
clear
out.
it out.
Israelis don't have phlegm
Yeah,
because they're
the-
constantly clearing it out. So it's always coming out all the time, and there's no need.
I love these accents. So listen.
Yes.
So you go to the Jew school. You're sort of an outcast. Your parents
Yeah.
got to have a horrible divorce. Did one cheat?
It was beyond. It spanned
From
30 years before. Like it was a lot.
Did they ever get along?
They do now. After they scar the child.
Yes, because
Yeah, once you scar the child, and the child is fucked up for life, then you can
Right.
become best friends.
Right.
You can't become best friends when the child needs it.
Right.
So I remember I had known that I needed help when I was in 5th grade, and I had no help. There's no therapy for kids then.
Right,
Nobody
right.
talked to me about anything.
Right,
I was dealing with it
right.
on my own. And Mrs. Rocklin in 5th grade was like, you can, yeah, of course. It's
Okay.
at the Jew
Oh,
school.
right, Jew school,
She
right.
goes, Iris, you're really needy lately. What's going on? And I was like, what? And I had like needy,
Right.
I'm in 5th grade. Am I not going to be like independent
Right.
and,
Hello?
starting my own newspaper?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's
All
going
right,
on?
I'll do her and we'll do the whole
Okay.
scene. Ready?
And she came up and she goes, Iris,
Erase.
yeah.
You're really needy lately. What's going on?
And then I burst into tears. And I
What's
say,
wrong?
Mommy and Daddy are fighting and they're getting a divorce and I need more love when I submit my math homework. Do you know what I mean? Like I needed more validation when we do the Chumash.
Right.
So thank you. And then I still stayed fucked up for many years.
What did she say?
Nothing. She was like,
All right. Well, I have other issues.
she hugged me for
Here,
like 3 minutes.
Let me give you a hug.
Yeah, thank you. And then 3 days later, when I didn't act, because then I couldn't be asked for help anymore. Like I
Right.
didn't want to be needy. Who wants to be
Right.
needy?
It's like, oh, you're needy. Then
Yeah.
you tell her why, and then you can't be needy anymore.
and then she
Did
gave
she
me,
check in periodically?
well, she gave me positive feedback for not being needy. After she goes, oh, you're not needy anymore. And I'm like, I can handle all this on my own.
She's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. But
Does she have kids?
I haven't talked to. This was gazillion years ago. I did get a hug. It was more than I got from
I know.
anybody else.
So they go
so
through
sad.
this. So you
Yes.
you were bat mitzvahd at what with,
Yes.
with all the Jews?
Well,
at
I
an
was bat
Orthodox?
mitzvahd, and that was another source of scandal because the Orthodox bat mitzvah, the men dance separately from the women, and the
so
whole thing.
annoying.
So I begged them, can we please have it at the kosher at the Riverdale Jewish
Right.
Center, And they're like, sure. But I said, but are the men and women going to dance? Because all their
Right.
friends were coming. They're like, yes, and don't worry about being judged. But I'm like, I'm 12. I just want to be
Right,
part
right,
of the gang.
right.
And I think I got an ulcer that week. I mean, I shat out my spleen. I was so
Really?
nervous about the whole thing. And they danced, and I was like, oh God. And the kids are looking. It was, back then everything gets a whole
I
different
know
proportion.
it's horrible. And you didn't
Yeah.
have a sibling to be like, this
No,
sucks,
exactly.
fuck this shit.
Yeah, so,
Mommy and daddy are assholes.
But I did get gifts and a fake Gucci watch.
Wow, do you still have it?
No, we found it was fake, and I
checks?
just,
Oh.
yeah.
Checks? Got a lot
Yeah,
of cash.
yeah, checks paid for my trip to South America when I was
Oh,
in
yes,
college.
we're getting that.
Okay,
God damn it. Fucking
sorry.
moving ahead.
Trying to segue for
All right, so so then you have the bat mitzvah. You take the cash, you put it in the bank account.
Yes.
Your parents get divorced, and you go to Israel with your
moved to
mother.
Israel.
Do you call your parents Ima and Abba?
I do.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you go to Israel. So you go to high school in Israel,
I
basically.
do, yes.
And
Which equally traumatizing as the Orthodox
Really?
Jewish school. No, I actually liked it. But again, I think I was always...
But you said you had an American accent when you spoke Hebrew, and they were assholes.
Well, I was working very hard on an Israeli accent. It wasn't as
Right.
bad. It was like Torah, 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 Torah.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was. I tried working on the R, the Torah. You know, I
Right.
would work very because I'm good with
Torah,
accents. So
Torah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and you were
No, I
really-
did like it though. I was an outcast. I went to this punk rock. I was a good student. I was kind of a geek, but we went to
Right.
like this punk rock club. We hitchhiked back then. We hitchhiked rides. Me and my two
remember
girlfriends.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we would hitchhike and go to the club during the week. My mom was very open, like because I was a
Right.
good geeky student. I wasn't
Right.
going out. You know.
Was
whatever.
it a culture shock going there?
Yeah, of course it. Yeah, of course it was. I mean, I went from Israelis hate religion. I don't think many people know that.
Yeah.
So I went from like everybody loves
You know-
God and I'm not religious enough to everybody hates religion.
But I feel like the ones that are everybody loves God, it's OCD. It's like a mental illness. It's like a little bit like the people who are overly.
Right.
It's like this way they don't have to think. You know, they don't have to have opinions. They don't have to, every moment of every day is planned out for them and what they should be doing, when they should be praying, what they should be eating, when they can't,
But I thought, one thing this school this was an ultra, you know what I mean? So that wasn't that. That wasn't that.
No, I'm
And now
saying
they're
the
all-
Jews here.
But I think
That are-
Judaism, the big thing about Judaism is questioning. And that's what all the
Right.
Talmud is about.
About-
So everything, you argue about everything, which I think is delightful.
But that's the positive thing
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
That we do question everything
Right.
and we're allowed to question everything. And I think that's why a lot of us are comedians.
Yeah.
Because we question
And
everything.
unhappy and
miserable.
yeah.
So you then go into the Israeli army.
I do.
And you think it's going to be fun. It turns out not being fun. You became a sergeant, right? And you were in
Well,
the
it's something for
intelligence.
everybody. If you're in the army long
I know,
enough.
but let me act like it's really good.
You know, I should actually too. I always
Yeah.
downplay my.
Yeah, no, don't.
I became a sergent.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Wait
no,
a minute.
No,
Guys,
it's a
can we
big
all
fucking
stand?
deal. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Salute.
Wow.
You even have that.
Yeah, like that.
Ay, ay, ay,
It makes
ay,
me
ay,
cry.
ay, ay. I cry every time. I just walk
Every
into
time.
a shul and I'm like, Avinu Malkeinu, Hanenu Baneinu.
Avinu
crying.
Malkeinu, Hanenu Baneinu.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
You're listening to Kill Me Now with Judy Gold.
You're an asshole. Yes, thank you. Okay,
I'm gonna
we
sip
go
elegantly.
from Alvino Malcano to you're an asshole. That's great. So, no, when I hear Hatikva, it makes me cry.
Yeah.
It makes me... Okay, but we'll get to the whole Israel thing in
Okay.
2 seconds. What are you doing? So... All right, so you go in the Israeli army, you do intelligence, which you cannot talk about.
Right.
But you're
it's just not
very
interesting.
smart. You're
Right.
very,
Thank you.
very smart, Iris. You're
you.
very smart.
Thank you, Yudi.
You end up
Yudit, right?
Yawali Chana.
Really?
Yeah,
It's not
because,
Yudit?
No, and my grandfather...
This is shocking right
I
now.
know.
Judy is Yudit.
No, I know, but my grandfather... I'm named after my grandfather, Jesse, and his Hebrew name
And
was
if your
Yawali.
grandfather?
Yeah, I'm named after my
Okay,
grandfather.
I'm sorry. I
Dead.
haven't. Okay. No, I didn't know. Okay. Not grandmother. I didn't. Okay.
No, dead grandfather, Jesse.
Jesse.
And dead grandmother, Hannah, Judith Hannah.
Okay.
But his name was Yawali, so they gave me Yawali, which is
Okay.
sort of like Yiddish, I think. It's
Yeah,
a
it sounds
slangy.
Yiddishy. Yeah.
So it's Yawali Chana. But my son Ben, his is Barak. not
Oh, I like that.
Benjamin,
Okay.
Barack Dove. And then I told someone that recently, and they were like, Barack, what is he, Arab? I'm like, shut the fuck up. I know.
Okay.
And Henry is Svi, after my
Oh,
father.
wow. These are like Jew names. I love it. It's
Svi.
like- okay. Not like Chad and Brad.
Yaakov.
Right.
No,
Okay.
I can't. What's your son's name?
Idan. Yeah, but in the...
That's the Jew Bell.
His passport says Aiden.
Why?
Because when he was born in Israel, I was like, I'll give him a name, but I also want to give him a name that will be easier.
Isn't Edam like a cheese company in Israeli?
Isn't that Edom with an
yeah,
M at the
Edam,
end?
yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Idan means like era.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, back to you.
Okay.
So you're in the Israeli army.
Sergeant.
Right. You're a sergeant.
Sergeant.
In the Israeli army. Wait.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. So you're a sergeant in the Israeli army. And then it must have been hard. Isn't it hard? You're carrying an Uzi and like...
I think I
don't know how I would have fucking...
My job, again, I was in intelligence, so we were, we weren't as tough and coordinated as the rest. I consider myself highly coordinated, but I'm just not, I'm not going to be running and doing...
Right.
So
you sat in a room a lot.
Yeah, sat
and
with
then
the headphones on.
You said you worked at a bar or something?
Yeah, it was because I was stationed close to my home. My mom didn't want to be alone. I had a really great job that I could have taken up north near Lebanon. My mom's like, don't leave me.
But Lebanon's what, 2 hours away?
Well, like 20 minutes, yeah. I mean, everything in Israel is 20 minutes. Doesn't matter what direction you go.
Don't leave me.
Border.
Don't go 20 minutes. What if something happened to me?
Too far away. So I got guilted into saying no to that job and staying close to home. So I was literally 4 minutes away from my house.
Right.
But I worked night shifts, and my mom has a weird... She gets disturbed if I sleep. If I sleep too much, which is, I guess, more than 4 or 5 hours. Like
what?
So I would... Yeah, it's a weird thing. I would work night shifts. So I'd be awake from like 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. And I'd come home and I'd want to sleep. So I'd go to sleep at 9 a.m. And at noon, which is only 3 hours later, my mom would wake up and go, it's already noon. Why are you sleeping? And I'm like,
kill her.
Yeah, I mean, and this happened every night. I'm like, Mom, because it was hard for her to imagine that I was sleeping during... Until today, I have sleep issues.
Well, duh.
Like, I sleep more than 4 hours. I'm like, this is decadent.
Right.
I function on
Feel
5 hours
guilty.
a night.
You feel
Absolutely.
guilty.
A nap? You kidding me?
Oh, I know.
Terrible.
I feel guilty if I waste any time. And boy, do I waste time.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So then, after you go to the army, you go to a very horrible college. Not even a good college here. Like, you go to like some shitty college. It's like a color, right? Like, you get into like some community college named Brown.
Right. Taupe you.
I mean, you go to fucking Brown. You went to Brown. Like, what every parent. My daughter goes to Brown University in Rhode Island. I mean, you went to fucking Brown. My cousin went to Brown.
Oh, right on.
And she's still... Like, she's so snotty.
I floated. I think I didn't know. I think here, in Israel, I went to a public school. There was no extracurricular activities.
Right.
We were literally studying these asbestos shacks.
Right.
And then the army, blah, blah. And I traveled, and I started late. So I started college. I was older than everybody else, which was also kind of a mind fuck. But I got in, and then all these kids go to boarding schools, and they, from age 0 because they want to get in later. And I'm like, how does it just? And then their high schools here are so amazing that college seems like a downgrade. Right. I mean, you go to places like Fieldston or Riverdale Country, these campuses. I'm like, what the fuck? I toured. I'm like, this is insane. Right. So at Brown, I was like, what do I do with all this stuff and people and resources? I didn't really know what to. I was kind of overwhelmed.
So you study neuroscience?
Yeah, I was doing neuropsychology. I was.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just neuropsychology. Study neuropsychology. I'm getting so hot from this interview.
I did not know that, Judy.
Yeah, I'm getting hot from this. Any sort of academic,
like hot and bothered, or just hot?
Hot, like it's so hot that you went to Brown. You studied neuropsychology. Okay. You're fucking brilliant.
Oh, I love this.
And the army pants.
They are.
What Seth? Seth is interrupting.
Why does Hennessy have his headphones on?
Because I'm giving my headphones to the audience on Facebook Live.
Oh, okay.
They yell at me when I don't. They're like, we can't hear anything, Hennessy.
Yeah, because whenever we do a podcast in my apartment or something...
Hey, that wasn't my fault. That was not my fault. You told me you had the other
What time is
microphone.
it? It's time for Hennessy to shut the fuck up.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah. So, Okay.
Oh my God!
Is this the worst podcast
I
you've
love.
ever
I'm
done?
having a blast.
Oh, all right, good.
No, I'm
okay. So you're at Brown. Did you get good grades at Brown?
Yeah,
or it doesn't
yeah.
really fucking matter, right?
No, I think that's a misconception. But accurate.
Neuropsychology. Then you did MRI research at Stanford, cancer research at Tel Aviv University.
I worked with rats.
I don't care.
I gave them vaginal smears.
Really?
Yeah. You have to, and I induced lordosis.
No wonder you're not a lesbian.
I had to fuck a rat
Yeah.
with a test tube. Like literally,
Yeah.
I had to kind of. I
I've
know
seen
I'm
some
motioning
ratty.
this.
I've seen some ratty vaginas in my day. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I would literally cradle these rats and insert this thing and kind of stimulate them as if they're getting fucked, and they get into lordosis, and they it was awkward stuff at 2 a.m. in the lab basement.
You're really?
Yeah.
Is that the sound they make?
Yeah, I did because it was like a squeaky, little testy.
Didn't you feel like you were
sad? Yeah, I just felt sad. That's why I was like, maybe I should segue. Maybe I should just go to acting. Maybe I should leave the world of research. No, I'm just saying in general at the time as a career choice. Because so that didn't last long.
Was there any sexual harassment in the?
The rats were complaining.
Right.
There were some issues. Is this how we're getting into it? Is this how we're getting into the sexual harassment combo? How are we getting? Well, through the rats. Let's get through the vagina.
You have an older brother who's severely autistic.
Yes,
is that correct?
That is correct.
That what got you into neuropsychology and stuff?
I'm sure it was part of it. I think I was, I mean, I can't see a direct, I have to figure out why it wasn't like that.
Right,
but the tragedy of it, I think. And
is he a functioning autistic?
He's very low functioning. He needs help. He's in a group home and he needs help full time. So
he's probably brilliant though.
Well, I think it's beyond. He's also mentally handicapped. It's not just autism.
What's
it's
his
compounded.
name?
Emil.
Emil. That's a nice name.
Beautiful name.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you visit him?
I do.
Where is he?
He's upstate. My dad visits every week. I don't visit every week. Yeah, he goes every week.
That's horrible. That's another thing you had to deal with.
Yeah.
Tell your teacher to shut the fuck up.
I know, Mrs. Rockland. I know.
Mrs. Rockland, you're like, did she know about your brother?
I don't know if anybody knew about
anything. She's a fucking asshole. Fuck you, Mrs. Rockland. Her parents are divorcing. She has a handicapped brother. You fucking asshole. Now, has Trump ever made fun of your brother?
Oh,
okay.
God.
So,
yeah. I have a very hard time with humor. That humor really, I can't even watch a Fairly Broad.
I can't.
Anything with mental, retard. It literally makes me angry. And I can tolerate most stuff, but that stuff really makes me angry.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to, you do all this stuff.
Yes.
You're fucking the rats.
Right.
You're watching them come. Did any squirter rats?
I don't recall. I don't recall, but luckily I had the gloves and the lab coat on, so I was prepared for any. A lot of queefs.
Did they
a lot of queefs.
There were?
Yeah, rat queefs are intense.
And then what about? Did they go to sleep afterwards?
They cuddled. They snuggled in my bosom.
Yeah.
It wasn't very successful. I also wasn't very. That part of the research didn't last long. That was an experiment I created.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God!
It was just an excuse to kind of
Hi, can I
placate
get
my fantasies. Just give me
when
some.
You're in the subway and you see rats running around, are you like, I could pleasure you? Do
no,
you think
because those rats are not. They're not in my I'm out of their league. I dealt with beautiful white. Oh God, this sounds terrible. I have beautiful white. That sounds
beautiful
that's so,
white
yeah,
rats.
That sounds wrong.
Racist.
That came out wrong.
Yeah.
That really came out wrong.
It's okay because it's white rats.
Yeah, not sewer rats.
The sewer rat. No, that's more like possum raccoon hybrids.
Okay.
I don't know if I could handle that.
Right. Okay. And then, how do we get into the theater?
Well, I mean, I think I always loved acting, but like I said, in high school in Israel, I had no choice, no chance to really, like I said, there was no extracurricular activities.
Right.
We had our end of the year play, and I was in it.
Right, but also the voices. Did you do voices as a kid?
As a kid, I did. Yeah, my parents were like, "Do the Italian tour guide we had."
Do the Italian.
It's
tour
not
guide.
that except for
just go.
He's in the marble from Carrara, and that's it. And I would just do that one line.
Right.
And so,
did you have to if they had parties? Did you have to come downstairs?
I wasn't even down. We lived in the Bronx in an apartment.
Right.
There was no downstairs.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. It was come out of the bathroom. And,
right.
Yeah.
Hey, Elise, come you do the Italian. She's so funny. So
That's very good.
Yeah. So,
she's fluent.
She is fluent in Israeli.
That is my new ringtone.
That is the best. Okay.
You do.
You know what? Sometimes we do, ways when you're in the car and it's
Which is
like
an Israeli invention. You
Yeah,
knew that, right?
they've invented everything.
My dad calls it waze. He really didn't think
No
it was
way.
ways. He didn't get it. He goes, let's use waze. I'm like, really?
it's waze.
And he's an intelligent man. He really thought it was waze. So,
Okay.
anyway.
So I put it on Hebrew a lot.
Is there a
Yeah.
Oh, just for
there's
the
a Hebrew one just to annoy everyone
Just
in the
to
car.
bark at you.
Yeah.
Smola!
Yeah.
Yamina! Yeah. Well, you know how,
Police reported the head. Yeah,
the, to say enough to a kid, people say die. That's enough in Hebrew. That was my
Right.
second
That's your show.
But you have parents roaming around New York going, die already. Die,
die,
and the kids
die.
yeah.
And everyone's
people
like,
from Minnesota
I'm calling the Child Protective Services. She was yelling at a kid to die.
Die.
So, what was your first? Now, at this time when you go into theater,
Yes.
do you need money? Are you solvent? I mean, you actually went and traveled, right? You went to after
After the
Brown?
army? No, after the army, everybody travels. So I traveled
Right,
through
so you
Asia
went
for
South Asia.
6 months. Yeah,
Right.
And then during Brown, I got
And
depressed.
that's when you tried to
get
lose
laid.
your virginity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any rats available during
Oh
this?
boy, cucumbers. When you read the book, you'll
Right.
discover.
So yes, I noticed that.
Yeah.
I heard that you did the
Yes,
cucumber.
The cucumber. They didn't have that breed in Israel. Like the cucumbers here are insane.
Well, you try one guy.
No, but they're insane.
So you try because everything has to be big here. Look at fucking Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
no, it's insane. Yeah.
So you tried with a guy. He got it like a teeny bit in.
Yeah,
you were
and I
like,
was
"Ow,
panicked.
done,
Yeah, yeah.
over." So then you said,
is
"I'll
thorough
get a
research.
cucumber. I'll get a cucumber."
And kind of because it was fear at that point.
Right. Just to loosen it up.
Open the
Yeah.
gates. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I had no desire to do any of this. I didn't want anything in there. Okay, so that proves that I'm a Kinsey 6. Okay, so so then what's the first? So when you did it, I mean, they always.
I don't even remember. I mean, I can try and recollect. What was the question? Sorry, what was the
No,
question?
I mean, it goes into, but like the first time you did it,
Yeah.
was it painful? Like I did it
With
once.
the cucumber, you mean?
No, with the person.
With the person, it wasn't as painful because I'd already primed with the
Right, you
vegetable.
did
I
the
did
prime.
the vegetable priming. And this guy came over, and I wasn't.
What's his name?
I don't want to.
Just say if he's Jewish or not.
Ariel.
Okay, go. That was the only reason I wanted to know. Okay.
And it was, it was at Brown in a very depressing building called the Grad Center, which was designed by an architect that specialized in anti-riot architecture. Because I guess
that's great.
So there were no common rooms, and no more than 2 people could fit in a staircase. It was
that's-
all
that's
anti-war
not-
protests.
yeah,
So that's why I fell into a deep clinical depression.
Right.
But this guy was, he came in, and the minute he was all in, I wasn't that attractive. So if he was in, I was done. So he went in, he penetrated all the way. I was like, thank you, and I pulled out, and I just went to wash up. Like the
No
poor guy was
fucking way.
Yeah, it was bad. I
It was
become
like
a
a
much more
lab rat
attentive.
thing.
Yeah, I was like vaginal smear, and we're
Wait,
done.
were you attracted to him?
No.
That's
That
usually
was-
how
So
guys
wait,
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So wait a minute. This was purely clinical. This was purely like
Yeah.
I need to get this done.
I have to see- I have to
taken
see that I'm
care
not-
of,
something's wrong with me.
No feelings.
No, there were no feelings.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just please, can you insert that in me?
Yes,
I need
please.
to.
Let's-
I'm on level 2 now.
right.
I did.
Well,
level
this was
1
more like
with
a
the
downgrade
cucumber.
after the massive
Right.
cucumber. It was more like a really.
Now, did you get
I did all
aroused
that.
with the cucumber?
No,
It's
no,
all nothing.
No, it was
no
all nothing.
wetness.
No, there was nothing. There was nothing. There was a lot of lubrication. But this was just because I was still in this like cerebral phase. Later,
Right.
I overcompensated in the other direction. Let's put it
Right,
that way.
okay.
Once I discovered the joys of intercourse.
Right.
That was my 20s.
So that was your. Did you do it a lot after the guy inserted, or you just needed to know I've done that?
Yeah,
I got to
and then
move on.
Yeah, and then I moved on.
So then, how long after that
God.
insertion did you have sex?
I don't remember. Probably a couple of months.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
oh, I thought
yeah.
it was. But when was the first time you had like love sex?
Probably a year later.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go.
Approved.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right. I thought it was like, all right, I did that. Now I'm
Like
going to
17 years later.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what's your first gig? In
after
the theater?
college,
Yeah.
or-
in the and what? First of all, I want to be your mother, and you come home and say,
Okay.
I'm not doing the neuropsychology thing. I know you paid for Brown. Did they pay for
Right.
Brown?
My dad did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked in the cafeteria though.
Oh,
Folding cold cuts at 5 fucking a.m.
you're good work ethic.
I do.
Well, you don't
I have a
sleep.
very but I have very
Okay.
strong work ethic.
So, all right. So I'll be your mother, and you. I'm not doing.
You got to do a heavy Bulgarian accent because she's not.
How do it for me?
It's a weird hybrid. It's
All
like
right.
it is like it's this weird like lots of yelling and
Okay, I'll try.
guttural. Okay,
All right.
you can just do the Jew like
I'll do Jew
just do
with
Jew
a little
mom.
screaming.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk to me about?
Well, Ima,
Yes.
I decided to go into acting. I'm not. Please don't cry. Please stop crying.
What do you mean you're going to acting? What are you fucking talking about? You sleep all day? Then now I go to Brown.
But you don't let me fucking sleep all day.
I tell
Okay?
you when you go to Brown.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Israelis don't give a shit about that. They only know Harvard and Yale. They don't know Brown.
Yeah, you couldn't get into
I
Harvard.
know. Well,
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Was she upset?
No, my dad was upset until
All right,
I
I'll
could
do him.
actually.
I'll do him.
You did him already.
Hello. Shalom.
Dad, I'm not going to law
Listen,
school.
I just put the waze on my phone, and
It's waste, Dad.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
waste.
Yes, what is going on?
I'm not going to law school. I'm actually.
What-
I'm
what-
gonna. Yeah.
Heart attack. All right. so-
Heart attack.
Takahashi.
So, what's your first paying acting job?
was-
And what are your jobs to support this horrible decision of yours to go into theater?
It was a show at La Mama called Jews and Jesus, and it was a musical. It was a musical, and I played a Jap from Long Island. And I seduced a rabbi,
Right.
and that was it.
That's
I dropped
so
out of
unusual.
acting school for it.
Which acting school did you?
It was called the Actors Center. It was now
yes.
defunct. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was a really good place, but I fought with everybody.
Why? What do you fight?
I think it was just
for?
daddy issues. I think I didn't like all the teachers.
Who do you fight with?
All
Who do you fight?
the acting. I didn't fight with them. I just didn't. I felt like there was this weird power dynamic.
Well, duh, because
Yeah.
they make you come and your feelings. You need
Yeah.
the feelings, and then
Yeah.
I manipulate them.
And there was some alcoholism involved.
Oh,
Not with
God,
me.
I need a drink.
Not with
I need
me.
a drink. I need some Manischewitz.
It's like it's all happening in Austria in the 70s.
Yeah.
Right? This whole storyline is just...
So, did you get paid for that gig?
I did. And then, yeah, I
How much you
started
got
doing...
paid? Because, you cannot leave on $25 a
I know. No, I worked at No Host Star.
Oh, no host.
I was the hostess, and then I got hit by a truck. So
Yes,
then all
I
that
didn't
ended.
get there yet.
I know, but you asked what I did, and it didn't last very long
Right.
because
so
I acted.
you on
and
your
then,
bicycle.
Yes.
And you get hit by a truck.
Yeah, right after clown class.
Now, where?
Aw.
Yes, right after clown class.
Yeah.
So where were you riding your bike? Where?
On Lafayette near Great Jones.
Oh, yes.
in the
I know.
bike lane.
It's at the fucking. It's always those fucking trucks.
Yeah, it was. It was a New York City Parks Department. That was it.
It was a Parks Department
Yeah,
truck.
and he hit and kept going. Didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I
was,
had
like,
a buddy
high.
killed by
Wait.
an NYC garbage truck
Jesus
recently.
Christ.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they filed a police report, and then they couldn't
you
find
had
it.
a friend killed, and I don't know about it.
This was about a year ago. It was
my
someone
God.
who worked on the show Coping that you came to see with Elisa.
That's horrible.
They weren't an actor in the show, but they worked on the
my
show.
God.
Anyway, a young
They
kid.
meaning it's a gender fluid person.
It is a gender fluid
Ugh,
person.
with the they, I can't with the they.
well,
I
they're
can't.
dead now, so don't worry about it.
Oh
Okay.
God!
All right. Anyway, great. Make me feel guilty. All right. So,
It's not hard.
so you're doing the theater, and you get hit by a truck, and you move back to Israel.
No, I moved to L.A.
That's right. I knew you
Yes,
moved after
yeah,
that.
I moved to
God.
LA.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then you said I'm going to LA.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to ride my bike there.
Well, life is short, and
yeah,
you know.
and it's and the people there are so not vapid. So
Yeah.
no, there's a lot of good.
There's a lot of
there.
good people.
There are a lot.
But
of good
it is.
people
It's.
there.
I was there for a very long time, and it was a love-hate, relationship.
Where did you live? Which area?
I started in near the Grove. Before
Oh, yes,
the Grove.
the Grove,
The
yes,
Grove.
Grove,
It's like the
yes.
good starter neighborhood.
Yes,
Everybody
yes.
lives there at the beginning.
Yes, in the beginning.
And then I moved to Los Feliz.
I love Los Feliz.
But it's Los Feliz, right?
I
They
know,
say Los
I'm-
Feliz, but
I
it's
know.
spelled Los Feliz. so-
That was my first apartment I had there. Was in
Okay.
Los Feliz.
I loved it.
I loved it.
I still
there.
have my house there.
Yes, you do not give that up because you need to go there sometimes.
Well, I have a women
Who
there that
stays
hate
there?
me. This couple that won't. Yeah, it's terrible. I have tenants in there that it's
Who
just a nightmare.
are they? Lesbos?
They're a couple. Yeah.
Who are they? Are they Jewish?
No.
Oh.
Who are they?
Wait, why are they mean?
I don't know. They're just mean, and I'm codependent, and so I need to be loved even by my tenants. And I'm just like, why aren't you? I want to meet you. You're living in my home, and they're like, please. And then they
have boundaries.
Well, it's beyond boundaries though. They're
It's
like
more
me,
like
she
cunty?
lashes out. Yeah, like just not friendly, not
No,
nice.
you don't want that in your house. What is wrong with you? Where's Patrick?
I was looking for lesbian music for you.
Oh, that's not lesbian.
But I get hurt. I really wanted to be friends. I really like. So I get. I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm like an open wound.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
same.
Like, yeah.
So, what's your first real paying acting job?
I think it was Star Trek.
And this is in LA?
Yeah, it started out with me doing voices for the video games.
Right. That's good. Do you still get residuals for that?
No,
Oh,
no, this was
okay.
a long time ago. And
Yeah.
then I ended up doing the show. I think it was like the series finale or something.
Right.
Which
It
episode?
was it Voyager? I think it was
It was
Voyager.
Voyager?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had. It was a
Awesome.
co-star. I said like something 7 of 9.
Right.
And the fan mail you get from spitting out 4 words.
Really?
They offered even to come to freaking convention.
No way.
I'm like I'm literally like a blip on the screen.
Dope.
I love that. Okay, so then, did you tell your parents about that? I'm
Yeah,
on
once
Star
I
Trek?
started, working, and then I
Hello?
applied to.
Hello?
Are we doing? Oh, sorry. Are we
Yeah,
going
you're
into
telling me.
this scene
Yeah.
break? Okay.
Yeah. Hello?
Dad.
What is up, Iris? I just put the waze on my phone. It's not working.
It's not. I'll
you
yeah,
come in with it.
I'll
What-
help.
what-
Okay.
what?
I have a small part on Star Trek, Dad.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. I love
Communicator beep.
Star Trek. What was that? Did you make a noise, Seth?
Communicator beep.
You're not creative. All right, that whole fucking scene is
Red
ruined. Okay, great. Go, Iris.
The arc
go.
was not clear to me.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. So, Dad.
Ship phaser blast.
Oh, I missed that trick.
There we are.
There we go.
Okay.
That is good. That is good sound.
Some sort of phaser. You remind. Okay, so I had a TV show, Svetlana.
Yes,
Remember
I love
that?
Svetlana.
Thank you. So Mindy Sterling played my mom.
I love Mindy Sterling.
And this what you're doing now is reminding me very much of how Mindy played my mom.
Oh, that's so
It's great.
great.
She
I'm
was
glad she got to
fantastic.
do that, and I'm
Well,
sitting
we
here
didn't really
doing
know
yeah,
each other.
great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Take care.
You'll
Bye-bye.
never hear the end of it.
So, you have a very good career, don't you think? You did your show, your one-person shows.
Yeah.
You've done amazingly well and gotten amazing reviews.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Yeah.
that whole show,
Yes.
about a suicide
bombing, yes.
I mean, that's a fucking great show, and
Yeah,
you do
no.
all the characters.
No, it was a great show. And I just did my other show at the Cherry Lane. I lost you there.
I
and that's
like Cherry Lane.
Oh, it's a great. It's a
yeah,
great
I
theater.
might do my next show there. Go ahead.
Please. Anyway, so I did my show
Oh,
now.
because you run it.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
get
you did
kickback.
your next show there.
And it was on a much smaller.
Machu My Pichu?
No, this is not called I Lost You There.
Oh,
it
all
just
right, I
ran
Lost You There.
last month, and
Yeah.
so it was a different beast because I had big producers throwing
Right.
money, and we off Broadway and commercial,
Right.
and this one was like, I'm going to produce it, and let me keep costs down, and let me
Oh,
get
they're
discount
always-
codes.
it's horrible now.
And now I couldn't
We
recoup.
need groups.
Yeah,
We need
groups. Yeah,
groups.
like Gold Star. And,
Yes, we're going to
and
call
let's
this
paper the
local
house.
synagogues.
Yeah.
We're going to get people at the
Yeah.
Hebrew Home for the Aged.
Exactly.
to come in.
Wheel
It's
them
like,
in with
oh
the
my
IV
God.
units.
Yeah.
So it was just a hard. And,
What did she say?
That's exactly.
What did she say?
I remember at.
Yeah.
I remember at one. Yeah, I remember when I did my show at the previous show at the Culture Project.
Right.
There was the couple in the front that were talking, and one of them was in a wheelchair, and literally, and you had to cross in front to get up. You crossed in front of the stage. So
I
you
love
literally
that.
block.
Yeah.
And everything they were talking the whole fucking show. It's a show about a suicide bombing. It's not like a big stand up like haha.
Right.
And then at one point, finally, he kind of wheels himself
No
out, like
way.
literally automate. They just left him like right in front of me. It was anyway. I guess I
They're
could be there.
horrible.
They were just.
And also the phones during the show.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
horrible.
Well, the texting.
Yeah, the
Like
texting.
it's like blue. It's like I'm like I don't want a fucking strobe light
I
in my
tell
show.
people that all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
You know, when we're on
Yeah.
stage, all we see is the light of your
Yeah.
fucking phone. You
Yep.
have no fucking goddamn
And you're smiling
attention
at what
span.
you're
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah.
You know, you cunt. Yeah.
All right. So,
welcome to the Taz Show.
Hi, thank you.
Seth, what seriously? What the fuck is going on?
You're making me look good today.
You're welcome. Hennessy paid me to play that.
Like you're sucking today.
I'm sorry.
Does this get edited or no?
No. Okay. I want them to hear everything.
Raw.
Everything.
Don't forget to tune in next week for part 2 on Kill Me Now. Subscribe to Kill Me Now on iTunes and leave us a great review. Or just go fuck yourself.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes per details.